Welcome to la Paz al Corazón podcast. Now, this podcast is about two friends reflecting on life, culture, masculinity, faith, and the evolution of who we are becoming. Welcome to episode 2 de la Paz al Corazón podcast. Mi nombre es Carlitos G.
And Chente.
And we are here to talk about everyday life as two men who have experienced a lot in the world. And we just feel like sharing our story and just sharing our time with y'all. Appreciate y'all. For those that watched the first episode, we're on to episode 2. And today we're going to talk about emotions. I feel like we need some like music.
Oh,
Emotions.
Carlos, thank you.
Emotions.
Yeah,
We're gonna talk about emotions today. When you hear the word emotions, what comes up?
and this is emotion right now. This is emotional because de una parte, like, estamos haciendo algo, right? Me and you, and I want to take a little time here to the other day when we talked, me and you, about what we're gonna create, what we want to do with this, right?
Mm-hmm.
And one thing that we both agree was um let's share our story, let's share our experience,
Yeah.
and and also one thing that I put attention in when you say this, you always wanted it to be a part of podcast or open a podcast,
Yeah. Yeah.
and 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 I'm so glad, and I say thank you to you, and thank you to all everything to be part of your dream.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and, and I really enjoying be talking to you with all these things. So I just say thank you for the opportunity. And as a man, como hombres, no nos enseñaron a mostrar emociones.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Ah, si tú bien sabes cómo estás cuando estás chamaco, ¿qué te dicen
Mm-hmm.
tus papás? No llores. A mí me enseñaron, hey, no llores. Yo todavía me acuerdo de niño que, que a veces yo sabía, hice algo malo y mis papás se enojaban conmigo, and I
Mm-hmm.
smile. I smile. I was like, and they get mad. Se enojaban porque se me estaba riendo, güey. And
Yeah.
like, so, you know what I did to para esconder esa smile? I used to buy my sheet from the inside,
Oh, damn.
and I buy it hard so I don't smile
Yeah.
because I didn't want to show my emotions.
See.
So I don't know why I like to smile. Or I was smiling, and I had
Yeah.
to bite it really hard to not smile.
Yeah.
And since then, yo aprendí a cómo esconder esas emociones
Mm-hmm.
and not to deal with it, not to show emotions.
Yeah. Yeah.
Y como hombre creces con esa armadura
Yeah.
to not show emotions, and
Yeah.
and to not become emotions, but es algo que como seres humanos tenemos que aprender a sacarlas.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about how was your childhood with emotions?
Yeah, it's not like no es como hay una clase que nos llevan a la escuela and dicen, estas son tus emociones, right? Like there's no one
Uh-huh.
telling you what those are. On top of
Hmm.
society telling you, especially as men, don't cry, don't get angry. You get told what not to do with your emotions, right?
Yeah.
And and for me personally, um, growing up, um, like I think that's the thing. It's like our parents, it's not like they also got a class on how to deal with emotions, right? And then their parents, and then their parents, like I think it's just something that's a revolving cycle of, um, and I think over the time it has changed. I feel like the generations today are a little more in touch with their emotions than the generations from the past. There's
Mm-hmm.
just more information because I think that's what emotions are. Emociones son información. Like
Yeah.
when we feel an emotion, it's telling us something, like a signal or an alert. And I think that's the first piece is identifying the emotion. I personally have had opportunities in speaking with people where if I was asked my emotion, I couldn't even say it, even if it was in front of my face. Like I couldn't just say it because I couldn't get my brain to understand the feeling and assigning a name to it. And I think that's like the first step, I think, for any person to understand, like, yo, let's name this emotion. Like, what is it? Is it sadness? Is it happiness? Is it indifferent? You know? And I think about what you just said a little while ago. As a human being, como un ser humano, debemos saber cómo sentir todas las emociones.
Mm-hmm.
Like, somos ser humano. Like,
Yeah.
if we should be able to feel all those things now, the behavior that comes or the actions that come from those emotions, that's another story.
Yeah.
You know,
Um,
so
I got a good sample, and this happened to one of my experience, right?
mhm,
And so I was sitting down in the office, and I see a car came in, and it was one of the customers, and he might be listening, but sorry. Yeah. Um, and he sit down in the car and was there in the car for like 5 or 6 minutes, something like that. So I was wondering why he's not getting down. So se bajó del carro y vino a la oficina and he estaba como así como like, you can puedes sentir cuando una persona is having in a situation así, ¿no? And
mhm,
dice, and me dijo, no me bajé del carro porque estaba hablando con one of his customers que tuvo un problema con algo del trabajo.
mhm,
Y se sentía él, dice, y una de mis preguntas fue, pues, ¿cómo te sientes? Dice, no, pues estoy bien. Esa es nuestra primera respuesta. Oh, I'm okay, I'm good, I'm good, I'm good. Entonces, yo le pregunté, pero no, neta, ¿cómo te sientes?
mhm.
Y ella me dice, no sé, dice, no sé. Entonces agarré yo ese mapa de emociones,
Ajá.
¿ok? Que mucha gente no conocemos. Like, si alguna vez puedes tú ponerlo ahí para que la gente lo mire.
Mhm,
Es un mapa de emociones, ¿ok? Entonces yo le dije, mire, les voy a decir estas 6 emociones. Ya, como feliz, enojado, triste, así. Y entonces se reconoce con una de estas. Y ella me dijo, oh, sí, esta. Ok, le voy a decir otra y estas 5, a ver cuál se conoce. Y entonces yo fui mencionándole las emociones y él solo estaba recordando qué
mhm.
estaba sintiendo.
Yeah,
Para una vez que la persona ya supo reconocer las emociones,
yeah,
ya sabía qué hacer,
yeah,
con qué lidiar.
yeah.
Porque a veces, muchas veces, es el suponer o el unknown, como se le dice, ¿no? Que
Mhm,
está ahí, pero no sabes qué es.
yeah.
Entonces, cuando uno se puede abrir a reconocer las emociones, entonces uno aprende a lidiar con esas partes, con esas
Yeah,
emociones.
yeah.
Y a mí esa persona se fue y dice, oh, Vicente, dice, gracias me siento mejor ahorita que ya reconozco yo. Dice, y como le digo, eso es algo que uno puede hacer en su casa,
Mhm,
pero es el tiempo que uno se tiene que dar para reconocer esas emociones.
yeah.
Y y para mí el permiso para darme de explorar esa parte de mí.
Mhm.
porque como hombre, am, si algo nos hace incómodos, queremos, queremos salir o no queremos lidiar con eso.
Yeah.
En mi parte así fue. Si tengo algo con mi pareja y me hace enojar, antes yo era de los que get out the door and let's go.
Yeah.
Y ya me agarraba, me iba al carro y uy, me iba a seguir yo enojado. And then mi cabeza empezaba a crear suposiciones o crear enojos o enojarme, eso.
Yeah.
Y al momento tenía que regresar, ya regresaba y pues ya decía, pues, hey, pedir disculpas o por qué, porque así. Pero en el momento que estaba pasando, yo no estaba reconociendo mis emociones.
Yeah.
Eso es algo que como hombres tenemos que aprender a encontrarnos, a saber nosotros cómo somos en
Yeah.
sí, qué sentimos en el momento.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
es algo,
I agree with you there, Chete, porque I remember when I was in the military, tenía un chamaquito que trabajaba por mí. Man, siempre estaba enfogonado, man, con mucho coraje, con mucho coraje. And it showed in his work. He struggled at work, man. Um, and getting to know the kid, like he was abused. Um, his father was an alcoholic, and and he struggled with a lot of anger, a lot of anger, a lot of anger. And you could see it in his work. It wasn't until we kind of like, till he started feeling safe to understand, like, yo, I don't know why. He's like, I don't know why I'm always angry in the mornings. And it's just he was, had a hard life. And he knew what anger looked like because it was modeled for him with his family. And he just understand what that was. He couldn't sometimes even name it, but like it affected him so much. So when I hear you say that, man, the other part about when it comes to just emotions is also knowing what to do with them. ¿Qué vamos a hacer con la emoción?
yeah.
Cuando yo siento una emoción, ¿qué voy
Ooh,
a hacer? Una decisión que voy a hacer. And I think that's where um, I'm looking to build capacity. How much more capacity can I grow and learn from these emotions? Though I get angry, does that mean that I need to blow up or talk down to somebody or insult somebody? And that's the choice that emotion, that once I receive that emotion, what do I do with it? And I think that's the biggest thing that I've learned when it comes to emotions. I think the greatest skill we can learn is how do we regulate our emotions? Because it's one thing to feel them, but sometimes, I mean, I had an instructor tell me once the one thing you can control your actions, you can control your thoughts, but you sometimes can't control is your emotion. And I think sometimes we got to be cognizant of that and aware.
and efectivamente es cuando ya sientes la emoción, ok, ya la sentiste, pero qué hago con ella? Y,
Yeah.
y, y una emoción viene de algo que nos causa, al menos en lo que yo te puedo decir de mi experiencia, es algo que me causa am, una desregularización
Hmm.
interna.
Yeah.
Y la manera de que yo trato, en vez de querer alejarme de la emoción, trato de acercarme, pero me acerco al menos yo he aprendido a darme un poco de compasión,
Sí.
un poco de amor
Hmm.
en la forma de, cuando yo digo amor, no me digo como un amor romántico.
Yeah.
El amor es una estructura, es una fuerza,
Hmm.
¿ok? Y en esa fuerza viene viene para mí el estar en paz. Una de las más buenas es estar en paz. Ah, mi hijo, el más chiquito, tiene una donde él es un carácter explosivo.
Mhm.
¿Ok? Entonces, cuando le quito algo o no se hace de una manera que él quiere, eh, llegaba y gritaba golpes y era un Tasmania así, todo enojado.
Yeah.
Y en el momento, cuando yo no tenía la fuerza, o no la fuerza, pero la capacidad para lidiar con él, yo me agarraba y me enojaba porque yo no sabía lidiar con eso que sentía.
Right.
Me
Right.
enojaba, en, le empezaba a gritar también. Hey, don't do that. I told you. How many times I had en escalate, right?
Yeah.
Pero si lo miramos, es un niño de 5 o 6 años con un adulto que se mira grande, pero emocionalmente es otro niño de 5 o 6 años
Mhm.
porque no sé lidiar con mis emociones.
Yeah.
Entonces llega el punto donde yo empiezo ya a mirarme a mí mismo, donde, ¿sabes qué? Pues, ¿por qué le hablo así? Entonces, ¿qué hago? Empiezo yo a cambiar mi forma, mis emociones, a trabajar con mis emociones, a darme un poco más de compasión, de, 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 de seguridad a mí mismo, para
Mhm.
poder bajarme al nivel de él y tratarlo cuando esté en esos momentos explosivos, tratarlos hey, hey, I know you're mad, I know you're angry, but you can do something else, not screaming. You can get a pillow, hug a pillow, something, and just it's by teaching them, the kids, how to deal with the emotions
Yeah.
since their young age, así de chiquitos.
Yeah.
Entonces, cuando uno sabe cómo lidiar con eso, entonces ya puede uno soltar la emoción. Y,
Yeah.
y la mejor manera, cada persona es diferente. Todos somos diferentes, todos tenemos diferentes formas de cómo lidiar con nuestras emociones.
Mhm.
Nadie va a ser igual. Si esto funcionó para mí, no quiere decir que funcione para X o Y persona. So,
Yeah.
todos funcionamos de diferentes maneras. Y lo bonito de esto es es podernos, cuando estás lidiando con esa emoción, se siente bien feo, pero cuando ya el tiempo pasa, and it's like, oh man, it feels good.
Mhm.
Um, do you remember cuando fuimos camping al San Luis Gonzaga?
Yes.
You remember the freaking sandstorm?
Mhm. Yeah, I had dirt for 2 weeks in my mouth.
We couldn't cook, we couldn't do anything, right? But
Yo, that was insane. It was pretty cool though. It was. I was like, man, I'm back in Iraq.
no, it was an adventure. But we were so many people, and we all keep it cool, right?
Yeah.
We can we couldn't be like angry, like no, and but we keep it cool, because somehow we knew there was gonna be okay.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah. I
but
mean, it's like there's so much sometimes with all the expectations que uno tiene on a trip or this and that, and then it doesn't go the way we think it's supposed to go, and then we're like, oh man, like I'm hungry, and all that affects our emotions, like,
yeah,
and again, there we could have people could have people could have got upset, people could have just you know just just not had a good time.
yeah. And I remember once I start discovering emotions. One person told me once, because I told him, because you start noticing, like, you getting mad because the traffic. You getting mad because somebody was late at work.
Yeah.
I was, and it's, man, this is not for me. I don't want to feel that. And running away from the emotion is not the answer.
No.
Okay, this guy told me, okay, so what do you want to do? And I told him, no, I want to go. I want to go to Washington and get a cabin and be in the middle of nowhere and nobody can bother me. And
Yeah.
I said, okay, yeah, sounds good, but this person told me, las batallas se pelean aquí.
Hmm.
And then once you master here, then you can go to the mountains or whatever.
Yeah.
So, so imagínate poder uno salir and be able, así, de be in peace, be calm. Even the outside goes like a chaos thing, but
Yeah.
you can keep it calm. Because if si tú te haces join to esa pinche desmadre, it's gonna
Right.
drain you down.
Yeah. Yeah. Yo
So
me imagino que alguien que no está, if you're not aligned, like if your actions and your thoughts are aligned, but your emotions aren't, I don't think you're gonna find peace. I don't think
but
you're gonna find
it's
peace.
hard.
Like you're gonna if you're that's the whole point, is to find our authentic self by having all those three aligned. That's how I
It's
feel. I feel that once you align with your emotions and those things line up with your thoughts, and then you are showing it with your actions,
yeah,
you on that one path to align as a human being.
yeah, and eso being be one thing I hear from a person, be honest with yourself.
Yep.
Sé honesto contigo mismo. Es una pinche cosa, like, ser honesto con uno mismo es like two voices inside your head. Okay, what actually, ¿qué es lo que yo quiero?
Right.
Y le dices, okay, mira, en mi dice, okay, so be honest es, si es lo que pienso y lo que hablo viene del corazón. It's like a true. It's like that's what I want to bring to this world.
Yeah.
Porque una de las cosas que sí he aprendido, la palabra y el pensamiento son muy importantes cuando estamos en el trabajo de descubrimiento interno.
Yeah. Yeah.
Son muy importantes en cómo tú te hables a ti mismo. Y yo todavía tengo muchachos así en el trabajo donde usan la palabra P, soy bien P. Entonces, como uno se hable a uno mismo,
Mm-hmm.
eso lo refleja, lo tiene.
Yeah.
Entonces, si uno se vuelve un cazador de sus pensamientos y un cazador de sus palabras, ahí comienza uno poco a poco. Like
Sí.
being good, being a good person to bring something to the society that we need. We need
Yeah.
we need we need to bring a little bit, un granito de nosotros aportar afuera de nuestra casa y a nuestra sociedad
Yeah.
para poder enseñarle a alguien más de que hay cosas buenas.
Yeah.
There's like beautiful things that we can do for
Yeah.
others.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. And I think that if once we understand ourselves, then we can understand the emotions of others. Like we can pick them up, we can read them, we can
mhm,
validate them for someone else, for our partners, for our children, for our friends, for our family, even a stranger. But
mhm.
get into that piece where you're going to validate or see the emotion in someone and acknowledge it and understand it. I don't think we could do that si no nos conocemos nosotros mismos con esas emociones.
Yeah. Ah, una palabra que dijo una persona, y yo le dije, you know, have more empathy. You know where that word came from? ¿Por dónde vino?
Go ahead.
I was in the park. I was in the park with my kids, and you might remember. I was in the park, and it was a dog, a loose dog, and it was following us. And oh look, dog is following us. My daughter told me that, and look, dog is following us. So okay, so okay, cute dog, whatever, right? So okay, let's go home. So I traigo las bicicletas, las llevo al troque, and the dog keeps following us. Y and I see the dog, and he was pooping, and I said, oh man, and he was pooping blood,
Oh,
sangre.
damn.
Dije, damn, that dog's gonna die. Okay, so and I look around, it's like nobody. Okay, so ya subí las bicicletas al troque, and the dog is still there. When the dog is gonna leave? And las niñas, cute dogs, and the kids. Y en eso, yeah, let's go. And it's like, and my daughter me dice, Dad, are you gonna leave the dog here by himself? It's a dog. And ella me dice, have some empathy. Damn, empathy.
Damn,
Damn.
dog, you teaching me things.
Okay, so dije, okay. I'm gonna put it in the truck. I'm gonna drive around, see who else might be looking for this dog.
Hmm.
Okay. Short story. So no, I couldn't find anybody. Okay, so let's go to the dog pound to leave it on the dog pound I found in the park. It's a Sunday, around like 4 o'clock, five. I go to the dog. It's closed. Oh man! So this dog, I brought this dog home because I was having empathy. Okay,
Hmm.
I had this dog bring home, and my wife was on a trip, and I had to pick him up on nighttime. So I put it on a crate. I put the dog there. Said, I don't want you with the other dogs because I saw the dog cagando sangre. Dije, no mames, parvo, something like that. No,
Yeah.
and 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 um and then I go and pick up my wife to the airport, bring it back. I said, who's that? I said, oh, it's a dog we found on the park, and I'll take it tomorrow to the pound, to the dog pound. Oh, okay. So the next day, it was pouring, like
Damn.
lloviendo machine, and and then what happened is like the dog ended staying.
The dog is now part of the family.
It's part of the four dogs, okay? But the point is like my daughter told me it has an empathy, and I use that word en uno de mis clientes because I told him like in this world no tenemos empatía sobre otros personas,
Yeah. Yeah.
and we forgot about that
Yeah.
to de tener esa conexión. It's like me and you, uh, we connecting, right?
Yeah.
So we're doing a connection, and we don't. When we pass, we don't take money, we don't take cars, we don't take houses,
Right.
but we do take. For me, that I want to just strong believe that we take these moments that we create,
Yeah.
these moments where you feel connected.
Right.
And for me, doing this, sharing my experience, sharing this with you as a friend, family, and all about, it's connecting with my kids. Those that's the importance of connection.
Hmm.
But to be able to connect, we have to learn how to work with our emotions,
Yeah.
because we create walls of emotions, because we always want to be right.
Mm-hmm.
Al menos así me pasó a mí.
Yeah.
I always want to be right. I always want to be uh, who has la razón.
Yeah.
La razón no importa. The true, the true is a true, and it's a true wherever you want to look at it.
Yeah.
Whatever angle is a true.
Yeah.
But open to another person, open to have meaningful conversations,
Yeah.
because that's how we human beings, I think, we learn
Yeah.
more easy.
Yeah.
I noticed that uh, I'm a person who learns through the eyes,
Yeah.
by seeing. I get it fast. If I read it, I had to read the same thing. That's why I was not good at school, because I
Mm-hmm.
had to read, así leer 4 or 5 times to understand it
Yeah.
to my brain. And then later on, my adult, knowing que tengo dislexia,
Mm-hmm.
it's like, oh, that's why.
Yeah.
Cuando alguien me dice go left, I go I go like this, so I write with the right, so I know how to go this way.
Yeah.
So it's the part of my brain. So and then así uno se va conociendo,
Mm-hmm.
and like okay, so cómo me conozco, like when I used to drink, cuando tomaba así machine.
Yeah.
Entonces yo decía, llegó un punto donde, ¿por qué tomo?
Mm-hmm.
And it was, tomando era yo evitando sentir una emoción.
Yeah.
And that was me. Like, oh, because I might feel like lonely and disconnected.
Yep.
So I was like, oh shit. But I had to sit down with the film, una cerveza, ay, una cerveza. I want a beer, I want a beer. I want to sit down and put the beer in front of me and just, okay, why I want to drink,
Mm-hmm.
what I'm running from, de qué le estoy corriendo. Pero en ese momento, be honest with myself.
Yeah.
And this happened in in other things too. Porque a veces quiero comer, porque se me antoja
Mm-hmm.
un pan dulce con leche. Yo le digo a mi esposa, me puedes envenenar con pan. Because soy un pinche, like, I love bread, man. I love bread. Like, um, pero, pero el entender cada cosa que our brain is having us, that we know that is not good for us, right?
Yeah.
It's like, we know that the eating excessive, like, it's not good for us.
Yeah.
Drinking 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, getting drunk is not good. Hasta que el doctor me dijo a mí, hey, you really wanna die? My
Yeah.
doctor said to me and said, your liver is giving up on you. You got fatty liver. You need
Mm-hmm.
to stop drinking.
Yeah.
And like, oh, okay. So and he was nice to me. Así me dijo, te puedes tomar 1 o 2 cervezas al día, no más de eso. If you really need to drink. Le dijo, pero me dice, pero no las guardes and drink it all in the weekend, because that's too much in your body.
So
Y-
when
y-
the doctor told you all that, Chente, what emotion did you feel?
Al principio dice, pinche doctor está loco. Like I
He's
didn't,
like,
I like,
I'll believe your ass.
yeah, it's like,
You tripping,
whatever.
doctor.
Yeah.
You tripping.
No, for one moment, I pensaba que era like a line they had to read. Like you hear this in the movies, right?
Yeah.
Dicen, oh, but you wanna die. Dice, oh, esto lo sacaron de una película, but cuando ya tu cuerpo te cansas de caminar o no tienes la habilidad de hacer ciertos movimientos, pierdes esa conexión con el cuerpo mismo.
Yeah.
Es like, man, something is going on here.
Yeah.
And, y hay una parte de nuestra mente que, que nos dice, don't listen to him.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you want a beer? You can get one. You can get, just, no pasa nada. But and it's in other boys they tells you like the hey, you need to move, exercise, and
Yeah.
who you listen to.
Yeah.
So, es esa parte de emocionalmente. Y luego entramos a lo romántico.
Yeah.
Like, al menos, ¿cuántos hombres, al menos que yo puedo contar con cuántos hombres ponemos el machismo antes de hablar de nuestras esposas o nuestras parejas de emociones?
Oh yeah.
Por,
Yeah.
porque no quieres...
Emotional safety. I mean, like earlier when you talked about relationships, like it's in relationship that we learn. Like being in relationship is like a classroom. Like we learn
Yeah.
stuff in relationships. So um ahí es donde aprendemos mucho de las emociones. Es con
Oh,
nuestra
yeah.
en relación con alguien. Like
Y,
that's where I think we get to learn the most about emotions because especially um when one of those emotions is love, and with love comes pain and hurt and or the goodness of love. I mean, and when it's predicated on people that you think will love you and will love you, and then us thinking that we'll be loved a certain way, we think that that emotion needs to look a certain way, but um, that's the self exploration and trying to identify like, okay, I'm in love but I'm also angry, or I'm in love and I'm also sad. Like it's like an iceberg. Like you only see so much ice on top of the water, but I wonder how much ice is underneath it.
oh, yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah.
Shoot. Um, cuando estabas, a mí, yo nomás sabía 5 emociones.
Mm-hmm.
Feliz, enojado, asustado, um, feliz, enojado, asustado. Wait, there was the other one.
I like the primary
Con miedo.
emotion.
The
Yeah.
what?
Yeah. So like they're like primary emotions: happy,
Yeah,
sad, angry. Yeah.
yeah. Those are the ones que yo conocía.
Yeah.
And that's it. And like, oh, I feel angry. Pero hay otras cosas abajo de eso, ¿no?
Yeah. No, and I
Eh,
listen. This is something I've been doing recently. I listen when people say I feel, the next thing that comes out is a thought. It's not even a feeling. So they'll say, I feel, and the dog got loose. I'm like, well, you didn't say a feeling. You said a thought or a belief. So is it a feeling? Because I do this often myself. Sometimes I'll say, I feel, and nowhere do I say happy, sad, indifferent, apathetic, courageous, whatever. Like I don't say any of those feelings. But I've started to kind of practice like, okay, if I don't name a feeling after I say I feel, then I need to say I believe,
mm,
think this,
I think this.
changing the language. Like when I say I feel, then what is the feeling? And so, and I've caught myself and I've caught other people. I'll be like, you didn't say a feeling. Like, what's the feeling? And then when I ask them that, they're like, I don't know. you
Ah,
know,
okay.
so it's not an easy thing to do. Like everything we talked about, like the things that we get conditioned to think or detach us from our own emotions.
No. And how you deal, cómo lidiabas tú de chiquito en tu barrio con las
Mhm.
emociones?
Um, I would express them, right?
Okay.
I would express sadness. I cried when I cried, and when I would get angry, I would get angry. Um, um, but you get there's not there wasn't time for them. Like there's no time to be angry. There's no time to be sad, because either there was something that we needed to do, or most likely, if I felt those things, whether it was a parent or somebody else, they might have felt uncomfortable seeing me emotional, right? Because they're
Yeah.
right. So it just depended who was around. But I did feel comfortable expressing them. Not that I was consciously doing it. I just, if I hurt myself and I was crying, then I would cry, right? Um, but we get conditioned to be like, don't cry. If I skip my knee, you're gonna be okay. Not even say don't cry, just by saying, oh, you're gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay, yeah. But nowhere are we stopping there in that moment and validating. I know you're sad. I know you're hurt. We skip all that to you will heal. You will be okay. And
Mm-hmm.
now we dismiss. I'm sad. I'm crying. What am I thinking that I'm hurt? Do I think like that I broke something? Like that's not explored. I think sometimes, even as a parent myself, sometimes um I gotta slow down to be like, hold on, let me validate the emotion of my child right now, so that they understand their emotion and they see that I'm validating it, so that I'm modeling as their adult parent. Oh, that's what it looks like when my dad is asking me how I'm feeling, right? Instead of telling me, put a band aid on it, put some duct tape on it, wrap it up, you're going to be okay. You know, I had to
Yeah.
make time for that opportunity to reach that emotion, understand that emotion, so that I can name it, so that I can feel it as well. You feel sad, buddy? I feel sad for you too.
Wow. That's beautiful. It's beautiful. That you had the opportunity así de que nos dicen nuestros papás, ¿no? Dice, you gonna be okay. Y nos dicen de esa manera porque eso ellos lo que sabían, ellos también
Yeah.
se lo dijeron.
Yep.
Para mí mi niñez fue un poquito como yo no enseñaba muchas emociones
Yeah.
porque yo no sabía cómo trabajar con ellas, cómo le dices tú es que tú las podías expresarlas.
Yeah.
Yo podía, cuando me enojaba, yo no tenía que ser un nivel de enojo muy alto para yo ser explosivo.
Yeah.
Como yo en mi tolerancia, yo tengo mucha tolerancia,
Yeah.
pero cuando me enojo, soy muy explosivo.
Hmm.
Entonces, así yo me sentía de niño, que yo podía tolerar, but then a snap,
Yeah.
era difícil controlar. Um, pero ahora de grande, mm, el tener hijos te hace trabajar con tu paciencia, ¿no?
Yes. Yes.
Especialmente como mi hijo es explosivo, yo aprendí a ser paciente.
Yeah.
Y, y cómo aprendí a ser paciente, primero siendo paciente conmigo mismo.
Hmm.
Es la mejor manera, porque no puedes hacer algo sin primero experimentarlo con uno, cómo puedes sentirlo.
Yep.
Entonces, si alguien se llega a enojar, explóralo, y que lo sienta, ok, estoy emputado, estoy enojado, ok, pero ¿cómo puedo hacer para regularme? Y
Yeah.
ese es el momento donde podemos ah, empezar a autoconocernos y encontrarnos cómo qué funciona para cada persona.
Yeah.
¿Ya?
Yeah.
So, ah, el otro día estaba hablando yo con un cliente
Mm-hmm.
y me dice que, hey Vicente, tengo es esto, y empezamos a hablar.
Mm-hmm.
Y cuando empezamos a hablar, empieza a hablar más de emociones. He wanted to kind of share algo y tienes que aprender a escuchar.
Mm-hmm.
Y cuando escuchas a alguien, esa persona te está enseñando algo.
Mm-hmm.
And we learn from each other.
Yep.
Y ese es donde uno aprende a poder um, empatizar con las otras personas, a ser más abierto, a querer lo mejor para la
Yeah.
otra persona. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pues para mí eso es las emociones es un tema muy extendido, muy amplio, donde para mi experiencia lo único que les puedo decir a las personas que están mirando es primero aprendan a conocerse a uno mismo, a ellos mismos, para que ellos puedan aprender a cómo saber y usen ¿cómo se llama, Carlos? ¿El mapa de las emociones?
It's
Map of
like
emotions.
it's an emotional wheel. They have these emotional wheels.
Ajá.
I actually tell people you can actually buy these pillowcases on Amazon, and you can actually buy one and have these emotional wheels around your house so that you can see the emotions. Start learning them.
Yeah. Ajá. En, en, en comenzar a identificarte con ellas, like you
Yeah.
grab that pillow, like how you feeling, and si tienen niños, like
Yeah.
grab the pillow and say, hey, look, how you feeling? Here's the wheel. How you
Yeah.
feeling
Yeah.
today?
Yeah.
En, en, ah, de esa manera empezar poquito a poquito.
Yeah, it's
Y
good. It's good to practice to identify when you can see it. Like if you need an aid to help you, like some guide to help you get there, then start somewhere. Like get the pillow. I feel sad. I
look,
feel this.
look
I
what I
feel that.
got.
Look, there it is right there. There it is right there. Look at that.
All right, guys,
Look at
look,
all them colors.
on the camera.
Yeah, yeah,
I
that's
don't know if
really
you can
good.
see it, but
Yeah.
all this, todo estas son emociones.
Mm-hmm.
Y nosotros, como seres humanos, nada más sabemos estas.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that was me. I don't know if with Carlos too, but that was me for many years, por más de 40 años. Y yo nada más
Yeah,
trabajaba aquí.
that's the emotional wheel, and there's emotions. The primary emotions are in the middle, and it branches out to secondary emotions, to additional emotions that are tied to that primary emotion. So we feel the stuff. It's easy to get to the stuff in the middle, but when we start branching out, it gives it a more detailed, broader perspective. Um, because the other part of our emotions, those things get trapped in our bodies. They Sometimes when you think about an emotion, think about when you felt it before, like in the past, right?
Mm.
And so exploring your emotions could take us on a journey not only into the present but also into the past to see, oh, I remember feeling this when I was 8 years old. I think everybody travels with the 8-year-old version of themselves. And when
Mm.
we reach when our nervous system reaches a level of capacity where we reach our limit, I think our subconscious taps into that 8-year-old version of ourselves, and sometimes that 8-year-old version of ourselves comes out, and it displays the emotions that are deeply embedded in us.
Yeah. Um, there are so many, and like you say, it's a good tool to have if si empiezan a uno a empezar a conocerse a uno mismo.
Yeah,
Just like anger, disgust, sad, happy, surprise, and fear. But shit, like look at all this. Like you have
yeah,
humility, rejected, s- um, I don't know what else this is. Insecure, anxious, scared, and then there's another ones on the bottom. So
Yeah.
I
And we gotta feel all of those. We gotta be able to feel all that if we are human. Like maybe feel is one thing, understand is another. So
what about what about your nervous system? It's it's here. All this is in your nervous system and tu sistema nervioso.
yeah, we carry all that stuff in us somewhere. Like
Man,
it's just that there are moments in time in our life that tap into those emotions, our experiences, our
I remember when I used to feel anger, pero anger viene con mad and hateful, hurt, aggressive, frustrated, distance, critical, man, hostile, man, it has a lot of good things. But you know, that's where every person has can learn how to explore that part of them, and I encourage de lo más que puedan de conocerse, ¿verdad?
yeah, yeah,
Like follow the heart, and especially in these moments we need to concentrate more in like in ourselves to be able to no caer en esa de que I'm mad, okay, okay, I'm anger, y nada más
yeah,
estar enojado, because
yeah,
lo único que sabemos es estar enojado.
yeah,
And then I was like, hey, you know what? Why are mad or why are furious?
yeah.
Like explorar esa parte. Okay, so
Well, Chente, I think we're out of time. We'd like to thank all our followers. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate the time sharing with y'all, sharing our experiences, and I hope they land in a certain way that are useful or give you some perspective. Um, Thank you for joining us for episode 2. We're on Spotify and YouTube, and subscribe. We got more information coming, and we'll talk to y'all later.
thank you, Carlos. Thank you for everybody. Gracias a todos. And like us,
Give
like a
us a
YouTuber. No? You're a YouTuber, man.